So this is part 2 of our Salamander's Repulsor. This is going to be the magnetization video. As you can see, we've got, here's one I did earlier. Literally, I think that was when it was first released. I'm not going to do a highly detailed video for this just because there's so much to magnetize. It would take probably over an hour and a half. You know, if I showed you me drilling everything and gluing every single magnet in place, that kind of thing. So I'm really just going to give you an overview of what I've done. This one I'd already magnetized. This one, there are a few changes to how I did this one, but not very many. So to be honest, it's really easy. So if you just think your way through it, as you go, you'll be absolutely fine. Like, there's nothing hard about this one at all. And indeed, you don't even really need to magnetize the turret because it's practically press fit. So you can do it or not do it. It doesn't really matter. Let's get on with the video. Okay guys, I need a new chair. Magnetizing the Repulsor. This tank has an awful lot of daka, but having said that, it's still relatively easy to magnetize. There's a few little gotchas that you need to be careful of. One of which, this is my original. This is the one I got when it came out. This is how bad I am at getting jobs done. Make sure you glue the magnets on the right way around because they should be. But anyway, we'll get to that. So, first thing you want to magnetize is probably this one here. The front gun, so the twin las cannons or las talons or whatever the hell. The twin guns at the front, twin link guns at the front. So you get your twin link bolters and your twin link las cannons. So what we do is, see, I haven't glued it yet. Now on this one, hopefully you can see the two little magnets in there. Let me just see the screen. Yeah, you can see them blinking at you. So what I've got is, those are 3mm magnets. So it's literally at the very top of the little runners, 3mm magnets. On this one it's only 2, but I did 3 to see if it was much better. But with the 2, I can pull that. You know, I can pull that tank forward as long as I don't be too sharp with it. I can pull it forward. So 2mm magnets are fine. Just drill the holes. Now you want to make sure they're flush to the channel, but other than that, easy enough done. So then you take 2mm magnets and they will then grip quite nicely without any problems at all. So they're just right at the top of the runners. You've got those lovely runners as a guide. 2mm magnets at the top. Don't need to be particularly accurate, but yeah. And then the last talon, or last cannon, sorry, is exactly the same. Now you're probably wondering why there's green stuff wedged in between. This is because if you just do one gun, or if you do each gun independently, then they're very wibbly wobbly. If you were gluing them in, obviously it's fine because you've got the whole glue holding them in thing. But individually magnetized, you could probably put another magnet at the bottom, another one in there, and then they'll go in and they'd probably sit okay. But by actually twin linking them like this, then you see, you know, those are absolutely fine. I need to file all these down and get them nice, but then I'm going to paint them like black, so when they're in there, you're not really going to see it. You know, obviously you can see the white there, and they need tidied up and all, but to me you need to do this just to get it stable. And you can swap like that, and as long as you're careful with your polarities, which you should always be with magnets, you can, you know, if you've got like 3 of these tanks and you magnetize them all the same way, you don't need to make sure you've matched up every gun, you know, to every tank. The other thing you might want to do is you maybe want to key it so that one side's north out and one side's south out, because you can drop them in upside down. But yeah, or you can, as I did in this one, put the magnets on the bottom instead of the top. So these guns always point down a little bit, which isn't a bad look, like, you know, it works fine. Oops. Yeah, we'll get back to you. Right, so that's the, obviously I haven't glued this down, so, and that's relatively straightforward. If I put them in upside down, they click quite nicely, but they just look stupid. So that's your front gun. Now we'll do the little side Sponson turret things, because they're really easy to do too. It's literally, you build the turret up, you don't glue the little plate on, you just drill. And that is a 2mm magnet, probably 2x1 I think that is. I might have put a couple of magnets in. You can put a couple of magnets in deep to make it better, or you can drill it large and put a 3mm in there, or even a 4. You know, you might not have the diameter to put a 4 in, but then, you know, so if you do a couple of 2mm deep, you know, maybe 2 or 3 stacked, you do get a lovely grip, and that's absolutely fine. And then you can swap it out for, oh, it's another storm bolter. Where's the missile dude? There he is. So there's the launcher, you know, I mean, and it's strong enough that if I just pinch that, you know, it's holding it. So that's all you need to do for those. They're really easy. Now you've got the special little back turret that you can swap out, which has either the, where'd it go? How did a second ago? There it is. Oops. So you've got the Icarus launcher, a rocket pod, or the Icarus stubber. So all this is taking this part and sort of cutting down the top bit to put a stack of magnets in. You could drill down, I suppose, but file it first if you're going to do that, or drill up from the bottom, whichever is easier. And then it's a 2mm magnet in there as well, and that just sits and clicks. Obviously it's not going to hold too well. There's only, you know, a reasonable small force between them, but that's all it needs. You're not going to be trying to pick the whole tank up from the gun. And if you do, having a force that just breaks under very weak pressure is actually a good thing, because then the tank won't get halfway up and then drop. Like if I wouldn't have confidence to pick it up by this, which is probably one of the stronger magnets. But so that's all that is. Relatively easy. Again, in fact, this whole tank is fairly easy to magnetize. There isn't anything particularly bad. So if we look at the main gun, you'll see that is a 4mm magnet. I can't remember if it's the same side. Yeah, it's exactly the same side both ways. If we take the 2 Gatling cannons side by side, there it is. Okay, we'll take 2 las Talons side by side. Get out. So you can see that all this is that spindle or nub, whatever, cut off, drilled in both sides, and then the magnet stuck as flush as you can get. But interestingly enough, you don't need to magnetize this tank, because if we show you this plate is strong enough to be friction fit. There's absolutely no need to glue the base plate of the turret to the actual main body of the turret, because press fit is fine. So, but if you wanted to, all you do is you take, let's see, 4mm. Oh, yeah, it was 4. So this is a 4mm magnet. Problem with so many magnets, everything's sticking to everything else. On the end of your mold line remover tool, and a bit of glue, and then you just basically push it gently down, and that's all it really takes. That sits beautifully in the bottom of that, you know, and if you just hold it in place while you're gluing it for a few seconds, that's all it'll take. The glue will hold. You just pull that away and you'll be done with that side. And then the other side as well, you just need to make sure that when you're doing it, it's in as flush as you can get. So that's why working with the tip is quite nice, because you're able to almost roll it to get it nice and flush. And you're just holding it for a few seconds until the glue takes. But, you know, you don't need to magnetize it, as I said. But while we get the turret off, let's take a look at those 2 magnets, which correspond with, yes, this one. So, in order to use the little guide, what we're doing is we've got 2mm magnets, just 4 of them, all the same polarity. Then you would put it onto that, flip it over, hold it, and then glue 2 magnets to the back. Basically just put a little drop of glue on. Well, no, you don't even start with the glue. Don't start with the glue. This is a formula, but it's the same basic idea. If I showed you on the other side, actually, that might work better. So, try to do this and then turn it up so you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, that'll do. So if I basically drop the magnet on, you'll see that it takes. Alright? So, I can feel that sticking. But if I try that with a 6mm, which is what I've got on it, I'm not sure if it'll do the same thing. I know it'll stick if I just drop it on. So you can just do that. Literally, put a drop of glue, take your magnet, plop. Your magnet will automatically, see how it does that? It snaps. The magnet's pretty much in line with that, and if I flip it over the other side, it'll do. So you probably just want to, in fact, I'll do it now. So open your glue. Okay, line it up. Oh, that's way more glue than we need. That's that side done. I'll grab another 6mm magnet. A little glue there. And I want to come at it from this side, just so that way the magnet. You see. And now I've glued a magnet to another magnet. This is the only drawback to having 2 magnets at the same time. Might be able to squeeze a knife blade down before it dries. There. Ooh. Gluing magnets next to another magnet is never easy, because the magnets do like to jump around. But, upside down, there you go. You can see that it is doable. Just be careful. And if you do get magnets stuck together, carefully put the knife blade between them and sort of twist it. You're trying to snap the glue. But to be fair, having doubled the magnets, you know, all it's going to do is increase the magnetic strength. Hopefully you can see how easy that is to magnetize. But that's pretty much it. It really is that simple. There's nothing to magnetizing this that anybody couldn't do. Safety tip for everyone: put the lid back on your glue. And that's all you really need to know about magnetizing this beastie. If I ever get a executioner, I will note the difference. Also, when the new Gladiator comes out, I will be getting one of those. I'm actually hoping there'll be a way to get hold of just the upgrade, because I'm assuming it's the same chassis as the Repulsor, and then there's a bit that sits on the back. So I'm going to try to hopefully get hold of one of those off eBay or something. But there you go. That's how easy that is. Okay. And the painting part will be part 3, and it will be whenever the hell I get round to it. It might be a while. I'm going to strip this one down. This was like a test thing and I don't like it. So I'm going to strip it down, and I'm going to use the Warp Lightning contrast paint over a not a zenithal prime, but black and white, to give it that highlighted touch. And then that's pretty much all there is to that. So I'll see you guys on the next video, which will be, what's it going to be? Oh yeah, converting the Indomitus Blade Guard to be more salamandery. So we'll see how that goes. And anyway, hopefully that won't be too long, but then again, I said that about this one and it's been what, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? Anyway, see you next time. If you've made it this far, thanks very much for watching. There's another couple of videos there you can click on. You can click on the subscribe button if you want to, like the video if you want to, stick a comment down if you've anything to say, and in the meantime, happy wargaming, and I'll see you next time.